stage. Yes. How y'all doing? I hope you can hear me. I am in the middle of trying to figure this out. So we're gonna play some music until Rosette get on. This is how life be lifing. So please excuse it. Um, let me see what I got. What I got. Let's listen to some music real quick. Let me try to fix this banner. I have no idea what's going on with this banner. Ooh. I guess we're going to be doing this with familybitches.com banner. Here we go. Follow my intuitions, what you wish on. See, I'ma keep you up all night for a long time. Start running away, break me off, show me what you got, cause I don't want no 1 minute man. Break me off, show me what you got, cause I don't want no 1 minute man. Break me off, show me what you got, cause I don't want no 1 minute man. Break me off, show me what you got, cause I don't want no. Tonight I'ma give it to you, throw it to you. I want you to this is I get it, and this is I get it. Boy, it's been a long time, a crazy long time. Hey now. I don't want no minute man. That's real. We're waiting. Show me what you got, cause I don't want no 1 minute man. Break me off, show me what you got, cause I don't want no 1 minute man. Break me off, show me what you got, cause I don't want no 1 minute man. Break me off, show me what you got, 50 grand I give you for one take. Look, I'm not trying to give you love and affection. I'm trying to give you 60 seconds of affection. I'm trying to give you cash, fear, and direction. Get your independent ass out of here. Question? I'm not your man, not Ralph Tresman, not Ronnie Romance. No, I'm trying to hit you, then put you in the middle of the round like I'm Roberto Duran. No mas, 6 a.m. another chick in the house. Hands up. 6:15 another chick kicked your hands up. Spent 1 minute trying to dig her out. The other 14 trying to put it in her mouth. Dick too chubby, too much and make you love me. Now be a nice wifey and run home to your hubby. Cause we both know what we doing is wrong. Don't forget to put your. We about to start. There we go. I got it. How y'all doing? What's going on? Happy Thursday to everybody. We doing something different this week. We are turning up for Thanksgiving a little bit, right? I know you guys are cooking, parting that. So I know you guys are cooking, so you weren't able to come in person. So my name is Coach Rima the Great, and we host this wonderful women's empowerment every week called the Womanaires group. So for those that's just now joining, that's exactly what we're going to be talking about today. And if you are from the group, please communicate, please comment, make sure that y'all comment in inside of this chat the whole time. I would love to keep conversation going. Plus, I have a really dope guest tonight. Her name is Rozette Chapman. She will be coming on in a few seconds. And until then, let's get to know each other. Let's talk a little bit more about this. I have not posted on my chat page. There we go. I have not posted on my chat page. I am adding her to the studio now. I have not posted on my chat page too much. I have not posted too much on my YouTube channel about, you Womanaires until most recently, but this is something that has taken off. I do want to inform you guys of something that happened today with Womanaires. So for a little bit, Rozette, listen, welcome. I am a bit of a business coach, life coach, right? So there's times where I say things and I'm saying it because I know and I understand it from a different standpoint than others, right? So here's something that I usually say. I say we are never taught how to build a business, to scale the business, to sell the business. Okay. We're usually taught how to start a business, right? Get your LLC, get an EIN number, get a website, all the nice conversations around that, right? It needs to look good, know who your market is, et cetera, et cetera. And if you with me, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Kim, what's up? I see you in the building. However, we're never taught how to sell it. How do you sell your business? Right. And I know that's not what we're talking about tonight. I just wanted to give y'all a little tidbit. I ain't even got no lip gloss on. So when I'm going to step away as Rosette's talking, I'm going to put a little lip gloss on and come back. But here's the good news. I sat with my boss today. And because of how much Womanaires have been empowering our community, my boss had told me that they're looking to put Womanaires in 2 more sites across East Harlem. And we're starting this launch in the next 2 weeks. So before January come in, Womanaires, the Empowerment Circle will be in 2 more sites. I will drop the sites inside of the Womanaires group. If you are not a part of the Womanaires Empowerment group, please stay tuned to the comment section. I'm going to drop it during the live of this video. We only been doing this for about 3 weeks. Every week we've had about maybe 20 to 30 women, maybe 40 women per group, anywhere ages from 14 years old to 80 years old, 80 plus years old. So it's definitely intergenerational and it's moving fast. So the idea is, what I'm saying is, if you have an idea, go do it. And the whole point of it is to scale it. Scale it means to like expand it, but not just scale it, sell it. Now my idea is attached. My idea, my dream, my thought is attached to a larger company. And that right there was really quick. I'm going to add this one and remove one, right? That's what you want. There we go. All right, I added that one. So my idea is attached to this beautiful company that's been around for more than, I don't know, I think about maybe 20 something years. Just from an idea. So if there's anything to empower you today, I just wanted to give that to y'all. Don't stop dreaming. Go big or go home, right? And understand that alignment work. And I'll be even more honest. Because of this, I will no longer be doing the GED program after January. But I'm happy and I'm upset because the GED program really was, to me, my baby. It was my baby too, right? So I was like, dang. And it was like, well, you're not reaching your numbers, Rima. You're not getting numbers in the GED. And the GED class, it was so intimate, about maybe 3 to 4 people per cohort, right? Per time frame. So I do it in the morning and evening. And I was just doing orientation. I've only gotten 6 people to really join, which is really, to me, if I can be honest, it works. It works in small settings. It works in settings of like 6 to 7 people. You don't want more than that in the GED class because it takes off the anxiety that people have. You understand what I'm saying? So for those that is interested, here's some wins for that GED course. So the cohort didn't even start yet. The cohort starts next Tuesday. And guess what? One of the people that started the cohort had already passed 2 parts of the GED.
Nice.
I don't know if that's the impact, but let's talk about impact. All I tell my students is you got to go take the test before we can even move forward. This is the orientation. Go take the test. She went and took the test. She passed the math. And then she went around and passed the science. And now she's waiting to take she passed the history. She did not pass English. She missed it by 1 point. And then am I doing that right? That's a lie. She passed English. She passed history. She missed the math by 1 point, and she's getting ready to take the science on Friday. And all this because she scheduled all her test exams. Over 30 years old, never did this a day in her life, never felt empowered to do it. This is the kind of magic I'm making. And I was like, you know what? I just want to pat myself on the back for taking the leap and saying, you know what? I can do this. So I'm talking to all of y'all too. Y'all can do this too. Now, I ain't never teach GED before this year. I just know I wanted to teach GED because I don't think that there's any programs that speak to us in our community to uplift us while also teaching us. I think everything is done by the book, and we need to throw the book at the system. All right, I'm gonna stop. Somebody gonna come get me. I'm gonna stop my little rant, my revolution. So with that being said, Rosette, how are you, Dr. Chapman? How are you doing today?
Well, I'm doing well. Can you hear me? Just want to make sure you can hear me. Look, I'm doing well. I got my pineapple juice and salsa water mixed right here in my glass. I know we told everybody to get their glass. So you should have your glass of whatever it is that makes you smile. And this is it for me. My little mix right here makes me happy. I'm painting a mural actually right now on 125th between Lexington and 3rd. So my husband's out there right now. They supported me. I got family pulled up and say, "Hey, how you doing?" So I'm excited about that. But I'm also excited to be here. You don't know me. I love outdoors. I love trees and butterflies. And when the turns into a butterfly, I love that process. I feel like that's what life is like, honey, right now. Life is like that. I'm turning into the greatness that God has already had for me to be. And so, yes, this activity right now, this gratefulness, this gratitude tree, it's imperative. Like, yeah,
So that's what we're working on today.
we
What I
are.
want to know is, do you need me to do anything on my end to make sure everybody's on the same page with you? Do you need to say
Are
anything?
you able, like, I can't see how everyone else sees it. Is that like with people there? Where
Yes.
is that at?
So right now we have 4 people. It's
Oh,
well,
that's
they're
great. I
watching
love
on
it.
YouTube. So
You,
everybody's on YouTube watching. So shout out to all the YouTubers. Can y'all
yes,
please get inside these comments? I know I see you, but can you get into these comments so this
you.
way she can see you? She needs to see you. She needs to talk to you.
Yes.
Um, you know, let me see if I can.
And what's the
Oh, you can.
YouTube
Look at
again?
Kim. Kim is watching.
Hi Kim. Hey boo, how you
And look,
doing?
and now I
I
put the
agree.
comments on the screen. Can you see the comments?
I can. They're a bit small. Let me see how I can. I haven't navigated it from
It's
this angle.
tiny. Is it too
It's
tiny for you?
tiny, but what's the YouTube channel? Because I want to pull it up on my
So
phone.
the channel is big, beautiful, and wealthy. Big,
Okay.
beautiful, and wealthy. We are now on my main channel, and we are pushing out the Womanaires today. But if you are watching, please
Yes,
comment,
yes.
talk
I'm
with
in
her back and forth. I'm going to give her about 5 minutes to introduce
Yes.
herself. I'm going to go grab my
Please.
cup because
Okay.
clearly I was pushed to do so. And for those that are having their sip, whatever it is, coquito, your little wine while you cooking, this is that pregame time for you for
Let's talk
Thanksgiving.
about it.
We are going
Look,
to set the tone today. The tone is being set. You understand? The tone is being set. Look, Kim said, "Yes, I am here for Queen."
thank
And
you
for
very,
those
very,
that
very, very
have
much.
been at the Womanaires, Rosette has been a major factor. You've seen this lady buzzing around me in circles, taking pictures and film. So
I
welcome,
love
welcome,
taking pictures and
welcome.
films of people
Look,
doing
I
their
got
thing.
my Malibu pineapple juice. Come on.
Yes, congratulations for you.
All right, so I'm gonna let you just talk, do what you do,
Awesome. Yeah, yeah,
and I'll
yeah.
be right back on.
Great, great. I love it. I love it. So I'm here. You are here. I'm so excited to see you on today. Happy Friday. I know my camera's a little bit messy because I'm on my phone, my camera phone, my laptop versus my phone. One is better than the other. But happy Wednesday. I know everybody is setting up if they're not cooking already or got stuff in the oven and doing their thing. Congratulations to you. And if you're not, because you're going to be going to somebody else's house, congratulations to you as well. My name is Rosette. You can call me Dr. Chapman, Dr. Ro, or just Rosette. All works well for me. And today our focus is going to be creating a gratitude tree. Now, this holiday is not, the most amazing for everyone. Some people are experiencing sadness. Some people are no longer on this earth with them today, and they can't celebrate the same way that they used to. Right. And if that's you, then my prayers are with you as well. So, the gratitude tree, what it does is it allows us to find things that we're grateful for, and then implement those areas where those people that allow us to be able to practice that gratitude through them, for them, but also starting with ourselves. I think sometimes it's hard to find the sunlight in all the things that may be happening with us in our life. And this just opportunity gives us the opportunity to find little nuggets of joy. I call it little nuggets of sunlight. So, what I like to do, and if you're able to do so, right, I like to start off with a simple, brief meditation. So if you can find space, take a little 5-minute break if you can from cooking, or watching TV or whatever, right? Just kind of ground your feet on the floor if you can. If you can take your slippers off, that's fine. But also find a space where it's quiet enough that you can just hear your own self breathing. I like to ground ourselves before we start the activity. So we're going to take 3 deep breaths in. If you want to close your eyes, you feel comfortable doing so, please do so. If not, that's fine. Just stare at a certain space in front of you. And so we're going to take our 3 deep breaths. I'm going to guide you, but of course you do it at your own time. So we're going to breathe in through our nose like we're smelling something amazing. You're going to fill your diaphragm up, your chest area is going to get larger, your shoulders are going to stay down, and then we're going to breathe out through our mouths. And if life is life and you may have a sound with that while you're breathing out, that is welcomed. Okay, you're going to breathe in through your nose again. Your stomach might expand a little bit, but we want our diaphragm to get larger. And then we're going to breathe out. And if you're able to breathe one more time, you're going to breathe in through your nose like you're smelling something amazing. Hold it for a few seconds. And now you're going to breathe out through your mouth with a sigh. During the holidays, sometimes we're working so much to get everything together. Good evening. Oh, I'm so glad you are able to come, Sandra. I appreciate your life. Right now, we just finished grounding ourselves. So if you have this opportunity to ground yourself, take 2-3 deep breaths in through your nose, like it's smelling something amazing. And you're going to breathe out with a sigh or a ha, right? We've been so busy these last few days, just probably even today, that it's so important to take a breath, right? To just stop, be mindful just of how you're feeling. If you've been running yourself ragged, preparing for the holidays, this moment can be a little bit of a reset, okay? But also just it acknowledges how you're actually feeling. And that's really important, because you matter. We go around doing stuff for everybody else, but we forget to do for ourselves. And what that looks like, have these moments of gratitude. It's just breathing in and out, moment of drawing, writing poetry, writing in your journal if you like, anything that brings you peace, right? That you can do one by yourself, but you're okay doing with others as well. Now, there was something I believe that we put up on the Womanaires page, and it was an image of a tree. I'm not sure if everyone was able to print that out. And if you were, just let me know, and make sure you have your glass of whatever brings you joy. So for me, it's my pineapple juice and my salsa water, I don't know how you say that, Pellegrino, water. And I just love that. I work on sugar, so I try to find my balance of a beverage that I can have, that I can control how much sugar I put in. So this pineapple juice is just the pineapple juice. There's no other added sugars. About 2 ounces of pineapple juice and the rest salsa water. I'm living my best life. Okay, so if you were able to print out the tree, let me know as I'm reading your comments. And if you were not, that's okay. And if you're able to, just imagine yourself if you are the best artist, right? That requires no artist skill whatsoever. You don't necessarily learn how to draw, right? Because this is all in our brain. This is us transforming our thoughts. So if you were to see yourself, right, as one of the pillars in your family, you are. And your family is anyone that's blood related, anyone in your community, whether it's your church community, whether it's the Womanaires group, whatever group that you are connected to, that is your family. Family is not always blood, okay? And those are the people that you want to spend your time with. So that is whoever family is. So if you have this opportunity to imagine yourself, right, as a tree, right? Now, the roots in your tree or anything that grounds you, if you can put in the chat something that grounds you, something that gives you life, that brings you joy, like some of your standards that you're not even willing to switch up on nobody, right? This is what I stand for, right? So it could be love. Love is super important to me, feeling love and giving love to others, right? Yes, my dreams give me joy. How many people may know that dreams are one way that you get an opportunity? Either maybe it can be provide foresight, something to come, or just give you peace on something that's happening. But sometimes this is an opportunity for me when I sleep for God to speak to me. So God may be trying to tell me something, right, that I'm not trying to hear when I'm out busy in this world. But God can use a dream, right, to speak to you or to speak to me. That's my spiritual belief, right? That God uses dreams to speak to me. Right. And also the enemy trying his best as well to get up in there. But I pray against all those things and pray over myself before I sleep. But dreams are very big. I'm excited. I'm glad that that brings you joy and peace. Somebody said the word transparency. Yes. Transparency. Somebody, for me to be transparent with myself and to be real. But also, I want some people in my life that's going to be transparent towards me. Like, be vulnerable enough and feel comfortable enough to share who they are. So those are my roots, right? One of my roots are my spiritual belief, right? My belief in God. That's my higher being, right? That's what gets me going, gets me up in the morning. So that's a root for me, right? That's the thing that you want to sow you to grow, right? Art is one of those pillar things for me. I love art. Art makes me so happy. Making a mess, not making a mess while I'm drawing or whatever. That's a root for me, right? That's a pillar. That's what keeps me strong. Okay. Anything else? Any other things? There could be many things. It could be long walks in a park, outdoors. For some people, outdoors is a pillar. Like, I need to get outside and be in nature, right? Those are the people that may love to go outside even when it's raining, right? Unless it's like thundering and lightning, nature sometimes are people's anchor, right? I just need to get outside. I just need to get a little sun. I just need to have the sun shining on me for whatever period of time that is. So sunlight and nature and walking in God's great outdoors, that definitely right. Bryant Park is amazing. I sometimes go to Yankee Stadium Park, Central Park. Sometimes it even been going to botanical gardens. Right. These places that bring you peace. It's so important that you know what that is for you. Right. So when I'm feeling that moment of anxiousness, especially during the holidays, whether it's I wish I had so much more money to buy everybody something that they would want and need during this holiday, right? Or just if I could stretch myself and spend time with all my different family members, how could we do that? So spending time with family is one of the roots for me. One of those things that help me stay anchored is family, blood family. Like I said, a family that not directly in my bloodline. So that's my community. That's the community where I live. That's my church family. That's the Womanaires group. There's so many communities that I am connected to. Momentum Education, my Momentum family, my ITM family, my mother-in-law, that side of my family. But those help keep me anchored. And so that's also something that brings me balance. Now it's like, well, how could I do that? Right. So I have family that I really do appreciate, and I really want to make sure I'm around them and spend time with them. Well, how do I do that? How do I water the tree, right? To make sure that, the fruit that's growing on the tree is prosperous, for my family, for my friends, for my church family. So one of those things I do is I'll send a text to my family. I'll reach out, I'll call, because I text a lot, but calling is good to hear somebody's voice actually over the phone, right? Versus always just texting. Texting is great, but if I can see you face to face, that would be amazing, right? And if I could also encourage you with something that I text, or scripture or a picture or image, right? So that's a part of the trunk of my tree, right? So the roots are going to keep me stable. That's my spiritual belief, right? Somebody said transparency. Somebody said their dreams. Now, how do you nurture that and water that, right? Because that's important. We got no tree, we ain't got no water, it's not growing. Yes. So some of those things that we can do is get rest. Rest is important, right? So for us to be able to have dreams, it's good that you have a good night's rest if possible, right? So if there's God that wants to download on you, right? Or if there's somebody that needs to share something with you, maybe an ancestor may come visit you, but getting rest is important to be able to have that. That's so important, right? So as we're imagining this creative tree that we're creating, so we have our foundation, our roots, right? We have our tree trunk, right? Those we're watering it, and these are some of the things that we'll be able to get. Right now, who do we want to spend this time with? Now, you know that it's fall season, right? I'm a visual person and the leaves are falling from the trees, right? But if you could imagine that before those leaves started falling, every leaf was nurtured, right? From the roots, right through the trunk to the branches, there was nurturing happening, right? There was water, and that's also giving us something. Trees help us to survive in this world, cleans our air, right? And we know it's such a busy place that we live in that we need that, right? So if there were those leaves, what are some of those things on your tree that you want to nurture? It could be a person I haven't spoken to a long time. I love them, but I'm ready to kind of chop it up with them again. So maybe that person will be on my tree, my leaf, right? That's somebody I want to talk to. I want to continue to do more of these moments where we can visualize what it is that we want to grow on this tree, right? So there could be goals, whether it's speak to 3 family members during the holiday, right? It could be making some food and sharing it with the homeless, right? Or those without homes, or just anybody that we may be outside that we may see that's in need, right? So that's helping. That's showing gratitude, right? And even if I don't have a lot, right? I don't have $1,000s of food here, but what I do have, I can split that with somebody, right? Because there's somebody that's doing or having more challenges than me, right? So even within the stuff that we're going through, we still have this ability to help somebody, to make somebody smile. And just because, why not? Right? Because there was moments when we have been down. I've been down and I needed somebody to make me smile. And somebody called me, or we went for a walk, or, we maybe went to an art event where I was able to create or whatever, right? So it's having those moments and those people or who we represent on our tree that we want to spend time with. It could be, I want a healthier body, right? I want to eat more vegetables. So on my tree, my tree trunk may be healthier body, right? I want to eat more healthier. I want to be more mobile, more flexible. So health is on my tree trunk, right? And then on my leaf, I have eating more fruits and vegetables, right? Making that the predominance of my meal, right? And then having those other things that are surrounding it. Self-care is so important, right? So if self-care is on my tree trunk, right? And then my roots is I want to be more grounded. So how do we take care of ourselves? How do we show self-care? What does that look like for you? If you could put that in the chat. How do you show self-care for yourself? And I know we have kids, we have family members that we're taking care of. But if you're not in the best place you could be, then you cannot provide the best support, right? That you want. How can we be here for ourselves? What does self-care look like? Right? It's super important. So self-care doesn't have to be $1 million, but it's okay that it is if periodically in your life it's a little bit more expensive. That's okay too, right? But self-care could be a great cup of coffee that I love. It could be whatever it is that you love to drink. It could be a walk in the park. It could be your favorite TV show that makes you laugh, that makes you smile. It could be you reaching out to somebody that makes you laugh and makes you smile, or you reaching out to somebody else and checking on them and see how they're doing. Yes, Kimberly, yes, put that on your agenda. And it's not easy because, we give to everybody else. We will give. I'm a giver myself. I give, I give, I give. I like giving. I like helping, right? But when you find yourself depleted, right? Because giving to everybody else and not nurturing yourself, not pouring back in to yourself, that's a problem, right? It allows you not to be there for somebody else. So how can I continue to nurture myself? Self-care. If you like journaling, journal. If you like coloring, color. I love coloring. Coloring book from Family Dollar, Dollar Tree, Crayola crayons from CVS or wherever, and in color. If you got to print out some images that you like, do that as well. But these are things that we can do that don't cost a lot of money. If you love ice cream, go for it. Find your favorite ice cream. If you like toppings, please put the toppings on it, right? So in your tree trunk, self-care, right? And then the leaves are things that I can do that provide self-care for me, right? So if that's ice cream, honey, get your favorite ice cream. If you like toppings, put your toppings on it. For some, it might be a piece of cake. It could be your favorite piece of ice cream, snack, dessert, right? Oh, I love coloring. Coloring is amazing. Get your favorite color or print out the images that you like to color, right? That coloring book may not be out there. There's a lot of coloring books on you can look on Amazon as well. If you're looking for a specific theme type of coloring book, you can get the Zentangle, Mandela coloring books. The Dell coloring books have more intricate lines inside of the image. Or I like coloring like children's coloring books. I love the LOL dolls. I think they're so cute. So I have that coloring book. I have like this larger piece. It could be coloring, it could be painting. If you like listening to music, it could be music. Music can mellow you out, right? So sometimes it's putting on your favorite song. Yes, putting on your favorite song and cleaning up. Some people like to clean up to their music, right? Some people washing dishes are very relaxing, and that's a form of self-care. That's something they can do by themselves. You see it go from messy to clean, that process, right? Accomplishing that process is very key. It's very big, right? So what are some other things that we can do for self-care? That can be leaves on the tree, right? These things that we want to produce for ourselves. Some people listen to podcasts, right? There are a lot of podcasts out that can encourage your soul. Yes, let's talk about jigsaw. Oh, my sister loves jigsaw puzzles. And then the way now that you can keep the jigsaw puzzles is you like put tape on the back of it after you've done all the pieces and tape the back of it. Candles, yes. So let's talk about scents, right? That's part of self-care. So scents, right? They change our how we feel, right? You can be feeling down and you can smell some mint oil, peppermint oil that may bring you back alive. Carrot cake. Let's yes, yes. Your favorite piece of carrot cake, right? And while you have your carrot cake, you can journal right next to it, right? I'm grateful for. Now, there's nothing too small to be grateful for, right? I'm grateful that, I have clothes that need to be washed in my house. And I know that's crazy, but that means that I have enough clothes that I can change more than one outfit. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the food that I have in my fridge, whether it's beans that I need to cook or quinoa or whatever, a snack or two, I have some fruit. I'm grateful for that, right? They say the more that you're grateful for the things that you have, the more that you can open yourself to receiving even more things, right? It doesn't mean that life is perfect. Please don't think I'm saying that all your dreams have come true and you're living your best life all the time. I'm not, but I'm grateful for where I'm at. And when I find myself frustrated with life, I try to turn that thing around. Like my phone with my computer was acting up, my laptop when I got here, and I'm like, I'm grateful that I can just get online. So I had to use my phone. Sometimes we got to pivot. But what are some of the other things that we are grateful for? Please, nothing too small. Nothing too small. I got $2 in my bank account. I'm grateful because that $2 could turn into 200, right? 2,000. Yes, I'm grateful that I woke up today. Yes. And I know that I didn't wake myself up. For me, I'm so blessed to be alive. Again, doesn't mean that everything is amazing all the time. Because if everything was amazing for me, then why would I call on God? If everything was great in my life, why would I call on God in that sense of needed support, right? So you have to have these pivots and these ups and downs and these hills that happen in life, right? So frustrated this morning. I wanted to get out a little bit earlier and anticipated to start my mural. It's nighttime now. We're outside painting, thank God, right? But I had to, as I'm thinking and being frustrated at the fact that I hadn't left on time, I'm just grateful for God giving me the opportunity, right, to put a piece on panel and to encourage somebody's spirit. Like, maybe a color in it can bless somebody's soul. Like, we are going through stuff in 2025, right? Some people that they love are not here anymore for them to physically touch and hold. And then so trying to find something to be grateful for sometimes is really hard. It's really hard. So when we're saying grateful, I'm grateful to be alive. That's huge. That's in spite of everything not going all the way that we wanted to. I'm grateful that I am above ground and not below. Right. And then what am I going to do with the next whatever amount of hours that I'm alive on this earth? How can I practice gratitude? How can I show gratitude to others that I appreciate you? And even if I don't know you, like, I appreciate you. That could be a smile. That could be just sitting next to somebody, just smiling, because you don't know what somebody's going through. Right. And a holiday package. Yes. How do you show gratitude to others? Just like it could be, some people are in need of a meal. It could be given a meal. It could be given an apple or a carrot or encouraging word. Like, you know, I appreciate your life. Some people are going through ain't even heard that. Like, you don't even know me, but yes, I appreciate your whole life. And I wish you the best. Like, or happy holidays or have a great day. Right. Or like I said, bring somebody food or pray for them. Pray that the best happens to them in their lives. I don't have to know you to pray for you, but if I see you in my spirit, in my soul, I feel compelled to pray for you. I'll pray for you because praying could do more for you than money, right? Or the money's amazing or whatever I can give you, but if I pray your best and I mean it from my heart, you don't know what other blessing that other person can receive just because of you praying for them and you being grateful for them without knowing them. Womanaires group, we didn't know everybody in that space, but as we've come to be in that space more than once, we've built relationship just by a hello. Maybe serve somebody some food or ask them if they wanted some soda, and they're like, "I had a long day, girl. I just need some soda." Like you don't know, right? And in the same time, somebody doesn't know what you may need. Aw, I'm grateful for you too. Thank you. Kyrie's my husband. I love Sam. He's over there painting a mural now as well. Like, I'm so thankful for all the praise people have given to help me get through. Let's talk about it. I'm grateful. So if I said my spiritual life was my root of my tree, right? And my trunk, one of those things are prayers. Prayers are huge. There are people praying for you that you don't even know them, that God has set them on assignment. I'm talking about my spiritual belief, but nobody else's. You may believe in a higher being, right? That people are placed in your life for purposes and reasons beyond yourself. There's somebody out there that's going to be able to support you, help you just because they may not even know why, right? They feel like a higher being is saying, yo, I got to give this person some support. Or they just ask you for something about something you're working on. It's like, do you need a venue for something? And you're like, yeah, how you know? I don't know. I just compelled to ask you if you needed support with something like that, right? Um, it could be any of those things. So we have prayer. We've talked about prayer. We've talked about dreams. Um, we've talked about being grateful for those around us. So I encourage you all to write something you're grateful for every time you go to bed at night. It doesn't have to be this long essay. It could be 3 things you're grateful for, right? Because we've had a long day. So knowing that there's still something for me to be grateful for can help balance out my emotions, right? This is the season where a lot of people can be depressed. People are sad. People are feeling grief. People are missing people. Relationships maybe have shifted and changed, right? Um, so a lot of things people aren't experiencing. So having these groups like the Womanaire group are places for people to go to receive support, to receive a pouring into, right? And that they didn't have to pay thousands of dollars to get it, right? But they can receive some of this support, right? So just 3 things you're grateful for. 3 things, bare minimum, right? And if you feel compelled to, as soon as you wake up in the morning, 3 things you're grateful for, right? Because when we practice more gratitude that comes from our heart, then we're able to receive more as things shift, right? Doesn't mean that everything's amazing, right? But I'm grateful for life. I'm grateful for the food in my fridge. I'm grateful that I have 2 pair of jeans that I can wash. I'm grateful that I have dirty clothes, right? Because that means I have something to change into. I'm grateful that I have dishes in the sink, right? Why? Because that means I was able to make something or heat something up. Yes. There are people that have gone through so much and they inspire me, something different than what I've gone through, but they are still grateful. Some people, houses, buildings, apartments have burned down. Some people have gotten into accidents and they're physically not the same, but they're grateful for their life. They're grateful for what they're capable of doing with what they have, right? They're more grateful than us who sometimes have all of the use of our limbs, right? And all our organs and everything else is functioning pretty okay from what we know, but their gratitude is off the scale. And sometimes we don't become so grateful or practice so much gratitude until it's taken from us. That's when we're like, oh, I'm grateful. I'm grateful. Wasn't grateful before. Not that it was amazing, But once that thing is taken from us, right? Like during the pandemic, we weren't able to go outside like that. They was like be upstairs by a certain time and make sure people was upstairs unless they were essential workers. And a lot of people maybe don't go outside as much or whatever it could have been, but I realized how I like going outside, whether it's even to the corner store. Like you couldn't go there without such smoothness, right? The whatever was happening in the air, and you were cautious and we were nervous, right? And so I didn't realize how much I appreciate the great outdoors periodically and the freedom to go as we can until it was taken from me. Yes. I didn't realize how much going to the supermarket and being able to get tissue and towel paper for the whole family, right? And to not be $1,000, but being able to have that basic essential need, right? Hand sanitizer, but until it was taken from me, then I realized the importance that it had, right? The value shifted once I didn't have it anymore. And sometimes in life that happens, right? We don't practice gratitude until we don't have it no more. You know, it's friends and families that we don't get along with, but being able to say hi, how you doing? And trauma is very, very, very real, right? Trauma can happen. It has happened to us, and it's not easy to get through. It's not easy. That's why we have therapists, we have family and friends, right? That we can reach out to. We have professionals that we can reach out to because trauma doesn't go away in a day. Doesn't go away in a day. Does not go away in a day. But if we're willing to take on that process to speak to a professional, right? So for me, it's the art and the therapeutic side, right? Non-clinical art therapy for me to help deal with trauma, right? So what that means is that we don't rely so much on talk therapy, but we can, but we don't rely on it, right? The creation and the use of our hands to create, to tear, to build, right? To form, right? Taking something from one state to another state and seeing that transition in front of your eyes, right? That's a form of therapy, right? That's a form of support that you can get through your journey to help you heal. Hi, my name is Artistic Souls Journey, and that is what I do. I do non-clinical art therapy, or therapeutic arts rather, where we practice healing through the arts, through conversation, through wordplay, through poetry, through writing, allowing music to really just help us get through life. How many people is music one of your things? Is it one of your something that you would put on your tree trunk or one of your leaves? It's music. Music has the ability to make what you're going through deeper, right? Thank you, me too. Or it can make you on more the angrier side, right? So it's very important that when you are experiencing challenges in life, that you combat that with some positive elements, right? So if you've been in the house, you notice that you're feeling down, you feel like you're feeling down for longer periods of time, they say definitely go outside for a walk, right? Because what's happening is our brain is thinking all these things, right? And it's hard for our brain and our thoughts to see that little bit of sunlight, right? So sometimes changing scenery is key, right? The holidays can be, it's not a great holiday for everybody, right? Right, right. Listen to that song that's gonna hype you up, hype your energy up, right? Hype your soul up, right? Because it's your soul that is what's making you feel sad. The experiences and the challenges that you're having, that's what's making you feel sad, right? We've had some things happen to us that, there's no undoing that, right? We can't undo that. The trauma has already happened. What I can do is go through this journey of healing, right? Doesn't mean that we forget the trauma or the thing that's happened, right? But I've learned to navigate through it where I can take the trauma for me and now use it to help somebody else, because that's the testimony, right? What you've gone through is when you get to that point where you're comfortable enough and you're okay, and your growth, right? In that tree growth and the fruit that you're producing, one of those fruits is the ability to tell your story, to tell your testimony. And I say testimony because you're still here surviving it. You're still here surviving it. You're still here going through that journey, right? So some of those fruits is tell your story because somebody need to hear you. Somebody need to hear you, what you've gone through and how you're overcoming. That's the music. That's what's up. That's what you got to turn it up and turn it loud, right? Because the music can help to drown out those negative thoughts that I could be having, especially when I'm sad. Oh, very interesting. You know what? And I'm glad. Thank you, Kimberly, for sharing. Let me tell you, first of all, I appreciate y'all because y'all not making this workshop dry. We are not dry today. We are sharing. And that is it. That is it. Trauma comes from words. It's not just physical trauma, right? Physical things that can happen. There's also things that have been said to us, right? That we've had not been able to get to shake that off, to move it to a part where it's not dominating my thought process, right? Words are powerful. Words can heal or words can hurt, right? Our words that we speak can heal somebody or our words can hurt somebody, right? And if we're intentionally trying to hurt somebody, then that's where we know that even those people have had trauma in their lives. And some people may not see or feel how they've affected somebody, right? Some people in their heart maybe wasn't what they were trying to do, but they've done it, right? And how do I heal if somebody never says sorry to me? If nobody takes the time for me to say sorry to me, how do I heal from that, right? Some people, even for myself, I was waiting on some sorries from family members and friends, and it didn't happen, right? But I had this wonderful moment in momentum education in my life. I'm not gonna spill all the tea, but to have to write a letter to myself, right? Of what I thought, what I would like to have heard from the other person. And you don't really realize how powerful that is. My mom was boo-hooing, like I didn't even know I needed it, right? You have to subscribe in order to comment. And once I wrote that letter, I felt a weight lifted on me, right? Because now off of me. I wasn't waiting for somebody now to tell me those words. I'm sorry. But I forgive you because I need to say forgive. I need to forgive you for me. For me. For me. So I had to work through letting some of those words go. Right. Closure can take place without the person. And I realized because I'm holding this person accountable for my happiness. Like I'm holding this person accountable for my happiness. So I'm not happy until you say sorry for what you said to me. Now you living your best life, maybe even, right? But I don't want to give you that much power over my life anymore. Like I can choose to let it go. Not because you deserve it, because I need it. I need to let that go so that I can move forward. So one of those things and a part of my tree, a part of my roots were to forgive. Forgiveness can be challenging if we allow it to be. Forgiveness is big. Forgiveness is holding some of us back. Forgiveness is holding us back. And we can make a choice to forgive. I had to make a choice to forgive. So it says, I know I found love for certain parts of the art, thanks to peer specialist training. I just completed. Congratulations. We need to be able to congratulate and clap for ourselves. Like you did that. You did that, right? A part of our leaves on our tree, the things that we want to grow, is to congratulate yourself. Like you did that. You have to hype yourself up because sometimes you don't have that many people in your corner. And even if you do, it's nothing like hyping your own self up. It's nothing like saying you did a great job to you because you matter to you. You matter to you. What you say about yourself matters. How you feel about yourself matters. So as I'm thinking about, I love trees, number one, anyway. I just love them. I like because they look like humanistic forms at times. But I love trees because they grow and they produce fruit. Like I want to be a human that produces fruit. Right? So how can I produce fruit on my tree? By doing the thing that I love to do, which is art, and helping people heal through art. Right? We all are gifted. We are gifted people. There's something that we do amazingly well, whether you found it or not, or whether you're on your way to finding it. Stay with the Womanaires group. I'm pretty sure Rima the Great could find it, help you find it, right? And help you to pursue that. Yes, letting go is so important. Letting go, not for them though, but for you, because you feel like a weight has been lifted off. Right? So some of those things is how do we forgive other than just saying do it, right? When we do say it to ourselves, like, I forgive you, but I'm not going to let you have that much power over me, right? So that I practice in my mind that this person doesn't have that power over me. Like, I wish them all the luck. We may not be close, but I still wish you nothing but the best on your journey, because there's somewhere else for me to go. There's other things for me to do, right? And if forgiveness is holding me back, I can choose to move it. I find something new to think about, and then all of a sudden it disappears. Write it down. I try to have a book right by my bed when you go to sleep at night, to write the thoughts down, because we are creative beings. Just naturally, we are creative beings, right? And so because we're creative, we don't realize how many things go through our mind and then out, right? So having that little notepad with you, you have your phone, write on your phone the thing that you're thinking about, the goal that you may have. I even email myself as well sometimes, because that helps, right? Email myself what it is I'm thinking about, to make sure I don't forget, right? This our goals and dreams are landmines. And it's like, how we get to it so that people are able to see this, right? There's something that we need to share with others. And the only way that we can do that is to revisit that thought process, right? So during this season, during this holiday season, I still say don't forget about you. Take that time for yourself, to take a 5-minute break, put on your favorite music. If you like poetry or journaling, I encourage you to journal. You don't have to physical words in a journal. You could do a picture journal. Only people need to know what it is you as you're drawing it. But take that opportunity to reflect, right? What you're grateful for, right? And if you have some other goals that you're working on, that's great as well. Keeping those goals in the back of your mind and bringing it current by writing it down. But during these holidays, if you may not want to be with family or your blood family, but make sure that you have this opportunity to be around somebody that brings you peace. You can picture journal, you can do collages. It's you don't have to limit yourself, right? You can do a word collage where you're writing down things that you're thankful for in that way. You can do a poem, right? There's so many ways to get, how you're feeling, and acknowledging where you're at in that mindful state. But also try some simple meditation, not 1,000 hours, 15 minutes. You can put on a 5-minute song. There are also videos that teach you, just what to do in 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes. Just do some deep breathing. They can be smart. They can be smart. And it doesn't have to be like long-term goals. One of your short-term goals could be to wash your clothes in the house. I have more clothes to wash. So that's a short-term goal for me. So me and my husband, we talk about how to do it. I have a walk up. I have a 4-flight walk up. Okay. So when I'm thinking about washing clothes, being specific about how much clothes I want to wash, measurable, like what's my time frame? Is it attainable? Can I do it? And what that looks like. So that made me breaking the clothes down, right? Making it a smaller load versus a larger load so that I can do a little bit. Do it around, pay cycles, so that I know that the money will be there for me to wash my clothes. It could be simple as washing dishes. For some, they may not feel that that's not a lot. But sometimes you got to kind of plan out how you want to do that. So, for some, it's if I leave my dishes in the sink, I got, if I go to work and I come back, or I head out and I come back, I'm washing my dishes the next morning, right? For some people, that's too much for them. Oh no, I can't deal with dishes in the sink. Then that's not for you. But for me, I get like a little come back from work, 24-hour. It's there. I cooked in the morning. I'm tired when I come home, but in the morning, I wash those dishes. Also, it's the season sometimes to declutter, like throw things away that you haven't worn. Um, it could be clothes that you haven't worn. It could be Tupperware bowls. It could be wires that you're not using because we got new phones and new devices. I don't know about you all. I have bins full of CDs, and I'm really asking what I should do with them. I mean, bins. I don't even have a CD player anymore. So that's one of the things I'm thinking about how to declutter that. But sometimes cleaning up the space that you're in, um, one room at a time or one section inside the room at a time, that also can bring clarity, right? So if one of the things that I wanted to work on is declutter, so my tree trunk declutter, right? And then my leaves could be picking which space I want to pick up, right? I've seen some people do some amazing things. So that I'm definitely looking into what else I can do. But these are CDs I brought. People making CDs, right? So they're like images on a CD, and I'm like, but just not that, just chords, like old DVD players and stuff like that don't function no more. Some CD players, some old cords that were connected, like the red blue cord that went back from the back of the VCR, but you still kept them, and nobody's TVs really work like that anymore. So I have things that I'm throw out, but also that helps me find a little bit of clarity and peace. Once areas in your space are starting to be cleaned, I threw out old printer that was broke, that we would have had to put more money into it to get it to work. If I have an AC that I need to toss out so I can get the new AC, right? But also throw things out so that you can get ready for the new, right? If we're hanging on to broken things, right? Things that don't work no more, that don't serve us no more, we're wasting time. There could be something else that God wants to provide, or the universe to you wants to provide for you, right? That God wants to be like, I want to give that to you, but you got to let go of the other stuff that you don't need anymore. And that's similar to relationships. Sometimes they need to go. They don't serve you no more. You don't serve them. It's not working. And it's okay to let go. Like, I want you to have the better in your life, and I want to be better. So me holding on to you is not making you at your best, right? We're fussing, we're fighting, we're arguing, we're trying to put our thought process on one another so you can hear what I'm saying. But if we're always in that state, that's not good. So how can I show you that I care about you in the way that allows you to be your greatest? Like, I want you to be great. I want you to be great. So if our relationship and our togetherness, right, is making hard for us to be great, it's best that I let you go so you can be great on your own, so that I can be great on my own. So no, definitely, definitely. Thank you so much, my beautiful people. We'll put the PDF tree in the Womanaires group so you can print it out at your own time. And then when you're done, take a picture of it and put it back in a group chat. All right. On the Womanaires group. Thank you, Queen.
Yes, I appreciate you so much. Thank you very much. So what I wanted to say was, yes, the PDF will be in the chat. If it's not there already, we will make sure that you guys get the PDF. I like to give y'all something to add to y'all book every week. So this was something that me and Rozette was talking about, adding to y'all book to make sure that y'all have it so y'all can actually draw this out. I loved all these tips. And if y'all loved all these tips, please, please, please let other people know y'all love these tips, right? Comment right now. And if you haven't subscribed, tell people to subscribe. Whenever there's a holiday, I think Christmas, we may be landing on a Wednesday as well. So whenever there's a holiday season coming up, we want to definitely do this, be able to come together still. We're not going to stop the consistency. Although I know you guys probably missed from being in the building. It is pouring right now. Y'all would have came because that's what y'all do. Y'all show up. But I'm just saying, right? I'm happy that I did not have y'all come outside today. So, with that being said, Dr. Right? Rozette Mclean Chapman, because she never really goes by doctor. She needs to use this. She understands she needs to start hearing that. So when y'all see her, it's Dr. McLean Chapman. Y'all understand? Make sure y'all call her by her doctor name. All right. We work hard for these titles. You hear me? So I want to say thank you. I love you. I'm thankful for you in this season. I'm thankful for all of the Womanaires that said
Yes,
yes,
yes.
that's watching right now, that's a part of our group. I'm thankful for those that's coming along after this and is like, you know what, I want to be a part of this. I'm thankful for many things in this season, but the most is really the right now time. I'm thankful to be in this time with you all. I'm thankful to be in this time with you. And speaking of this time, I know you guys are working on the mural. It is raining and y'all are outside doing your thing. I want to say again, thank you so much for everything. I will see all of you guys next week. Is there anything you want to like send everybody off with?
I am going to definitely in the group chat send my name and my contact information because like I said, I do non-clinical art therapy. We can do a session together. Um, um, yeah, different price points. But I'll do like 10-15 minutes just to show you what it is that we do together, beautiful people. And it's Artistic Souls Journey, ARTISTICSOULS Journey, JOURNEY on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. So I definitely look forward to just chatting with you and see you next week, Wednesday. You want to shop it up at the Womanaires group?
Yes, 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 we will. I see you. I love you. I love all of you for watching. My name is Coach Rima the Great. This has been Womanaires, the Empowerment Circle, virtual or live, however we're gonna say it. And yes, and we will be back next week in person. Our meeting space for right now is 435 East 120th Street in East Harlem inside the Community Center of Wagner Houses. Any and all women are welcome. Just pop up, pull up, show up. Eventually in January, going into January, we will be doing memberships. So it won't be for pricing, but it will keep you accountable. So I would like to know my numbers. I would like to know who's coming, who's steady, and then also I will be doing some accommodations per person. So if we can get some funding, maybe some Metro cards, I don't know, but we definitely will be changing the look just a little bit just by adding that membership piece. So welcome to the Womenaire Circle. Everybody have a great one. Rozette, stay on. Thank you guys. I love you, sis. I'll see you shortly. And good night, everybody. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.